is good, everybody? My Paper Moon fam. It's your boy, PaperSin, aka the Hokage of the village. Hitting in that loud, you feel me? And I got another reaction video for you here today, you know what I'm saying? And it is by the YouTube channel Tunde. So the link will be in the description to the link to the video, link to the channel, both in the description below. So be sure to check them out. And the video is called, excuse me, you can read, Nestlé's Dark Side Beyond the Chocolate Bar. So Nestlé's Dark Side, Nestle got, honestly, I'm not surprised with everything like I've been seeing lately. Like companies have dark sides. Hollywood has the dark side. Actors have dark sides. Everybody has a dark side and it's being revealed, it seems. But anyway, let's check it out. Let's see what's good, see what's great, see what's going on, no hate. And yeah, here we go.
When Nestle crosses your mind, you think of their many products. Nestle is in a lot of shelves and grocery stores. You can't.
Bro, I didn't even know. I forgot Nestle even had Hot Pocket. Crazy.
In one Nestle product in grocery store. You can't walk into an American grocery store without seeing one Nestle product. But don't let their simple looking products fool you.
His outfit makes me think of UPS.
Little children who work day and night to get the main ingredients of those chocolates. Behind Nestle was the cries of many innocent babies. Behind it were also many people who felt the aftermath.
Oh no, I remember that one. The one about the kids. Yeah, like it was their baby formula or some shit like that.
The damage Nestle did to their neighborhoods. This is the very dark side of Nestle. Imagine you existed in the 1800s. You just
I forgot what was wrong with the baby formula.
You found out you can't breastfeed your child. You're sad, you're heartbroken because you can't feed your child. You decide to take matters into your own hands and go look for an alternative. You go to the hospital and you ask the doctors, but unfortunately, they give you nothing. So one morning, you wake up and to your surprise, a man by the name of Henry Nestle had solved your breastfeeding problem. This man by the name of Henry Nestle had invented a baby milk formula. This baby milk formula was initially made for people who could not breastfeed their children. Henry's achievements did not just stop at the baby milk formula. His milk powder was what was used by his friend Peter to create the first ever milk chocolate bar. Just before Henry died, he decides to sell his company to 3 local businessmen. The 3 businessmen,
kids, we don't die, we multiply.
They hired chemists and more people with, sciencey brains to help them with their production and sales. So the Nestle company that we know today was built by somebody that was named Nestle that sold his company. After Nestle, the man, died, Nestle, the company, kept evolving. His successors, they continued his rescue mission by playing a big role in the First World War. But what was a baby milk company doing in the middle of war? Here's what they did. Back in those days, the troops that were fighting, they needed coffees, they needed milk.
So they used Nestle for coffee?
The chocolates and the coffees because of its fast caffeine and energy. So because of the chocolate and the milk affairs, Nestle and the United States, they became friends with benefits. The US were handing Nestle a fat check just to mass produce coffees and chocolates. Nestle, they loved this new relationship,
I guess war be good for business for, big businesses.
Money was coming in left and right. By the end of the First World War, they expanded 40 factories across the globe. During World War II, with the main characters being US and Germany, Nestle was supplying to Germany as well. They were playing both sides during
Makes
the
sense.
Second
Make
World
your money.
War.
I ain't mad.
There's nothing wrong with that. Get your money, right? Because they were supplying to both sides of the war, they grew even more. Nestle became huge. They merged with different companies. They started making fruit juices, and they even own Hot Pockets.
Bro, when I used to eat red meat, like Hot Pockets were my shit. I was so I can't really. What are you gonna pick?
Hot Pockets. Time for dinner, sweetie.
Very well then, take off your shirt.
No, honey, no. Tonight we're gonna have formula instead.
No!
Oh, that's more disgusting than when Peter went through that Daisy Dukes phase.
So Nestle at this point is huge, but this was a history soon to turn tragic. That's the competition. You see, when we look at other brands and companies, they have other brands and companies as their competition. Nestle, they saw the human breast as their competition. And unfortunately, the human breast was losing this war. Babies meant business to Nestle, so they would put these posters around these third world countries, creating a need for these baby formulas.
Bro, are you serious?
And my favorite word, not only that, in Asia and Africa, Nestle would gather up these fake nurses that were really local saleswomen, but they would be dressed up as nurses. Nestle will have them go to the hospitals to kind of sell these mothers and hospitals their baby formulas. At times they would even give out free samples. A little background information about,
I mean, right there's nothing wrong with it. I know I said oh no, but it's like, damn, that's how they moving forward. There's nothing wrong with it technically, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to expand your business, you're trying to do your job, and you know what I'm saying, create a demand for your product. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's continue.
About the times this was happening. So when this was happening, most women in these coming up countries, they had no formal education. So anybody dressed in a nursing attire, they would believe them. One mother would recall one of the sales pitch of these nurses. The nurse began by saying, breastfeeding was best. She then went on to detail the supplementary food that the breastfed baby would need. The nurse was implying that it was possible to start with a proprietary baby milk from birth, which would avoid these unnecessary problems. This led to a massive Nestle boycott. In 1977, you know, people got tired of Nestle's BS, left and right.
Wait, why?
These unnecessary problems.
What am I missing? Breastfeeding is best. It's possible to start with a proprietary baby. Oh, so in case the woman can't breastfeed.
Problems. This led to a massive unnecessary problem, boycott. In 1977, you know, people got tired of Nestle's BS. Left and right, you'd see people boycotting Nestle. They even earned the Medal of Honor, the special name called Baby Killer.
Damn.
Formulas and water. You see, the baby formula alone came with its own problems. First, it's powder, so it's meant to be mixed with water. People in these underdeveloped countries didn't have much access to good water. This will cause many mothers to not only use contaminated waters to feed the babies, but because Nestle was also expensive, many mothers would use the small amount of powder, they would dilute it with a lot of water just to make the supplies of the baby formula last long. Remember,
that's sadness, bro. That's that stuff you don't want to see. But like, I mean, what choice did they have, you know? And they're also being told that it's best to just go ahead and use Nestle from the jump to avoid any unnecessary problems. To avoid running into a problem of not being able to breastfeed naturally. Because that's what I'm pretty sure that's why. Like he said, after that statement went out, people started boycotting Nestle. But they're being told that, and they have no formal education, so they don't know that people who are just dressed in nurses' outfits at that time were just dressed in nurses' outfits with also no actual education about what's going on. So they just trusted them right off the jump and said, all right, well, use Nestle. Damn.
Remember, a lot of these people at the time, they had no idea of the nutrition value of using more water and less baby food. So this will cause millions of babies and small kids to die from malnutrition because they were getting fed small amount of nutrients and more water. Nestle also had their hands in China. 6 types of the milk powder that were made in China by Nestle had low-level traces of melamine, which is surprisingly the same chemical that gives this white bowl its white color. Nestle used that same chemical to give their powdered milk that white color. This took the lives of many infants and put many more of them in the hospital. But did Nestle learn their lesson?
No.
In fact, they expanded further, the shady water business. In 1843, Nestle started bottling water.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Bro, do you guys use Nestle? How many Nestle products do you use in your home? And would you continue to use these Nestle products after knowing all this so far?
One of their shady, business strategy being to come into your neighborhood, offer your mayor or whoever is in charge to buy your water supply, drain it, bottle it, and sell it back to you. In San Bernardino, locals were faced with, guess what? Water droughts. Nestle was buying their water, they were bottling it, and selling it back to them. If you ask me, smart but cruel. I'm not exaggerating when I say Nestle's water is just the tap water in your sink, just bottled, and it's just sold back. Just put your
Ew, fucking tap water. I don't drink Nestle water, thankfully. Do you?
your mouth under the faucet in your sink, and that's Nestle right there. Because guess what? In 2012, Nestle was actually sued for selling tap water and marketing it as spring water. But Nestle, they didn't stop there. Evil chocolate. My God. Nestle also sells chocolate too. Considering these companies that make chocolates, they go to third world countries to have the ingredients of these chocolates exported to them, and this ingredient being cocoa. Let's look at Ivory Coast, for example. I'm gonna say some boring facts for a minute. 60% of the Ivory Coast export revenue comes just alone from cocoa, and most of these cocoa farmers, most of them earn less than $2 a day. I wouldn't mind making a single video just on chocolates.
Do it.
It's a lot of dark stuff. Nestlé has debunked their child labor claims multiple times.
Et j'ai jamais trouvé un enfant.
And I have never found children aged 10, 15, 16, or 13.
De 10 ans, ou de 15 ans, ou de 16 ans,
never.
de 13 ans travaillent
Working in a plantation. There are no children in a plantation. And yet,
our undercover researchers have reached a cocoa plantation in the north of the Ivory Coast.
Children. Yep. Children.
They see
child labor.
Some carry machetes for harvesting the cocoa pods.
Yeah.
Je peux rassurer le monde entier.
To the whole world. They're coming for vacation. Not only America. They come here on a vacation.
With 20 kids.
I don't know about you, but I don't think those kids were on vacation. But that's just me though, because just in 2021 of April, a group of those kids.
Who would go on vacation just so they could go to a plantation, a cacao plantation, and carry around a machete? And what would be the point? To pretend to be a worker? Get a real life experience of how it feels to farm cacao. Who's buying that, bruh?
Kids got funding and they decided to sue Nestle. 8 former kids that worked on these cocoa plantations, they were suing Nestle. Just to think that these kids worked their way up just to sue this huge company is crazy to me. But I thought if Nestle couldn't take the life.
Hey, I hope they won. I hope they won. Huh, let me check. Let me check real quick. When was this? This was in 2021. They accuse the corporations of aiding and abetting illegal enslavement of thousands of children on cacao farms and their supply chain. Is it still going? Mars, Nestle, and Hershey child slavery lawsuit. Federal judge dismissed a lawsuit by 8 citizens of Mali who sought. It was dismissed. In 2022, June 28th, a federal judge in Washington, D.C. dismissed a lawsuit by 8 citizens of Mali. It did not show a traceable connection between the 7 defendant companies and the specific plantations where they worked. All right, man.
To sue this huge company is crazy to me, but I thought if Nestlé couldn't take the lives of humans serious, maybe they may consider taking the lives of animals serious. I mean, they do make dog food, right? The silent killer. Let's say you wake up one day, you find out that your dog is extremely sick. You take your dog to the vet. They diagnose your dog and they tell you your dog has signs of liver failure and some internal bleeding. With panic, you look online to see what caused this, only to find out that the food you've been feeding your dog was what caused this. Meet Frank Lucido. He found out that the pet food he fed his dog from Nestlé.
Purina Beneful dog food is killing or making ill thousands of dogs, pet owner claims in a U.S. lawsuit. Pet owner Frank Lucido claims he fed his 3 dogs Beneful kibble style dog food, but within a short period of time, 2 were ill and the other one had died. What the fuck? Imagine dogs, animals that your pets that you plan on spending years with, suddenly just die after you feed them. After you feed them to keep them alive, so that they can get nutrients from the fucking food, so that they can stay alive longer and spend more time with you. 2 are ill and 1 dies, just out of nowhere after feeding them.
Meet Frank Lucido. He found out that the pet food he fed his dog from Nestlé had fungal mold, lead, arsenic, and industrial glycols. The last one was the chemical found in antifreeze. Antifreeze in the terms of something that you use for your car. I don't think cars and pets mix, but hey, Nestlé once again. In simple English, Frank Lucido was feeding his dog poison. And when he looked more into what caused this dog to be acting this way, he found out that not only him, but 4,000 other people had the same problem. I think Nestlé at this point should change their motto to, if there's money involved, there's no limits. I'm in the middle of working on my hat brand. I love hats so much.
I like how he goes from, if there's money involved, there's no limits, to, by the way, I got a hat brand. No, I was just messing with him, but good video. I enjoyed it. I liked it. There's a lot about Nestlé that I just didn't know, that I just learned. It's surprisingly unsurprising, It's surprisingly unsurprising. Like, I feel like I should be surprised by this, but I'm not surprised, and that's what surprises me. Anyway, let me
much. They're just perfect for every occasion. And for Nestlé, at what cost? When Nestlé.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Shout out to Tunde. Link to his video, link to his channel will both be in the description below. So be sure to check him out in case you want to watch the video for yourself without my, constant interruptions. But you secretly love my constant interruptions. I know you do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Oops, that's not what I meant to click. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Oops, hold on. There we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Damn. There's a lot about Nestlé that I just did not know. But now I know. So, knowledge is power. So it's good. Let me know what you think about Nestlé. What Nestlé products did you use before this, or do you still use now, or whatever? And will you continue to use Nestlé products? I mean, what other corporations are as dirty as Nestlé? I wonder. Let me know if you know of any in the comments below. But as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to visit Tunde. Like I said before, link to his video, link to his channel will both be in the description below. And while you're there visiting him, don't forget to do those 3 things that I like to ask you to do. And like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace. Much love to you.